What is up guys, and welcome back to another TBC Classic video. So today we have some news for TBC Classic. Basically it's regarding Phase 2. We have the actual launch date for Phase 2, well that's been out for a couple of days now, but we actually have the Burning Crusade Classic 2.5.2, patch notes and content unlock timeline. So this time around, instead of waiting for the actual release date for Phase 2 and then give us everything at once, they are actually spreading out the content, and we are getting access to some things really soon, and a lot of the things from Phase 2 will be in the game right now when you are watching this video. So here we go. Blizzard has released the official patch notes for Overlords of Outland, aka patch 2.5.2, also aka TBC Classic Phase 2. In addition to these patch notes, there is an accompanying blue post detailing at what times different content will be unlocking, which we will outline down below. So Tuesday, August 31st, 2021, Wednesday if you're playing on EU, we are getting access to the LFG Tool Guild Bank, new profession recipes, mainly the engineering goggles, and we're also getting Swift Flight Form for Druids, finally, and we're getting Arena Season 1, actually, never mind, Arena Season 1 continues for one more week, there we go. So next week, Tuesday, September 7th, or Wednesday if you're in Europe once again, Arena Season 1 ends and the cost changes for Arena, and Honor Gear goes into effect. And also the 1 week off season begins. Tuesday, September the 14th, or once again Wednesday for Europe, Arena Season 2 begins and Arena points are converted into Honor points at a rate of 1 to 10. So basically 1 Arena point will give you 10 Honor points, and that conversion will happen on September 14th. Wednesday, September 15th, Serpentshrine Cavern and Tempest Keep unlocks at 3 PM PDT or 6 PM EDT. Phase 1 raid bosses will drop 2 raid tokens or 2 tier tokens each instead of 1, and Shatari Skyguard and Ogrilla content will also become available. So instead of giving us everything at once, they are spreading it out, and we're basically getting a TBC Phase 2 pre-patch that is in the game right now, came out today for Europe and yesterday for North America, containing some of the casual changes for Phase 2, and Druids can now enjoy their Swift Flight form, which some of you might already have, and those who haven't probably want to get it ASAP. We're also getting engineering goggles, which are best for some classes. The Guild Bank will provide more storage, and we're also getting the LFG Tool, but honestly, I think the the LFG Bulletin Board add-on is way better, but this one could be useful for those who don't use add-ons, or it's basically an in-game LFG tool, so you don't need the add-on, but personally, I still think the add-on is way better, and it's called LFG Bulletin Board. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the content that is coming out in Phase 2, so you know exactly what to expect and what you can do in the game in Phase 2, and also in the pre-patch. So in Phase 2 in general, we are getting access to 2 new raids. First of all, Serpentshrine Cavern, where you can slay the Twisted Lady Vash and her vicious fiends in her watery lair, the Serpentshrine Cavern. There are a total of 6 raid bosses, and the location is in the Coilfang Reservoir in Sangremarsh. You're also getting access to Tempest Keep the Eye, where you can infiltrate the heart of a crystalline forest to end the madness of the corrupted Kael'thas Sunstrider and his warped loyalist. Inside that raid there's a total of 4 raid bosses, and the location is in Tempest Keep Netherstorm. We're getting Arena Season 2, where you can brutalize your faction's enemies on the battlefield with the event of Arena Season 2. Victorious players will earn arena points to exchange for better gear, so they can fight against the other similar skilled opponents. Ogrilla and Shatari Skyguard daily content. Basically, you can make new allies in Outland with the Ogrilla and Shatari Skyguard factions. You can complete daily quests to earn these factions' favor and in turn receive lucrative rewards. And I know there's a couple of gold farms coming out with these factions as well, so that's going to be quite interesting. Guild Banks basically providing more storage, and you can share raid and dungeon spoils amongst your guildmates with the Guild Bank. This in-game storage allows guild members to withdraw and deposit items and currency, making it easier to determine at a glance what consumables you will have available for your next group or guild activity. The group browser tool, basically you can find like-minded players and make new friends with the group browser tool, default key I. Simply list your class and specializations, so group leaders on your realm can invite you to their party or raid, and we'll get back to this later in the video, as there's a main post on this thing as well, detailing more in detail what is actually coming with the LFG tool and what they've done, because they have made some improvements. So let's talk about some changes. PvP rewards. Outland Factions PvP gear are now unlocked with Phase 2 and requires a revered reputation to purchase. Basically, you can purchase these items in Thrallmar, Honorhold, Cenarian Expedition, the Shatar, Lower City, and the Keepers of Time. All of these factions will offer you some PvP gear that you can purchase for gold, and you need revered reputation to purchase them. That can serve as some really good catch-up gear for alts, both for PvP and PvE. When Season 1 ends, there will be a one week off season, basically just an off season to take some time off and relax. Honor will not reset at the beginning of Season 2, so you can stack your honor points now, and they will not reset. When Season 2 begins, any remaining unspent arena points will be converted to honor points at a rate of 1 arena point, being converted into 10 on honor points. For raid rewards, we have some changes coming there as well, where basically High King Malgar, Gruul the Dragon Killer, and Magtheridon will now drop 2 tier 4 tokens each when Phase 2 comes out, or basically when the Serpentshrine Cavern and the Eye raids are released. Leothras the Blind, Fathom Lord Carathras, Lady Vash, Void Reaver, and Kael'thas Sunstrider will also drop 2 tier 5 tokens each, basically making it way easier to gear up and more realistically obtainable for everyone in your group to actually get their tier tokens in time before they become, well, out of relevant, or out of relevant? Really? Out of relevant. I'll go with it. Out of relevant. There we go. Okay, so in Phase 2 we're also getting access to the LFG Tool, and in Phase 2 the classic looking for group interface received some behind the scenes improvements, and while we have kept the look and the feel that you are familiar with, these improvements should make it even better than you remember, with more activities available, group listings and more. So the basics. Just like in the original release of the Burning Crusade, the looking for group interface can be accessed through a new icon on your action bar, next to the social button. This will open up a window that prompts you to indicate whether you want to start a group or join one that is already in the process of being made. Depending on your selection, either the looking for group or the looking for more interface appears next. Both interfaces have tabs at the bottom that let you easily switch in between the two. This time the looking for group tab allows both solo players and parties to list themselves for up to 3 activities of their choosing. Unlike the original tool that was only usable by solo players, you can select activities like dungeons, raids, zones for group questing, heroic dungeons, battlegrounds and arena. The looking for more tab allows a solo player or partial group to browse for additional members to complete a group, so you can select your desired activity from the drop-down menus. For example, if you need a few more players to round out your Karasan run, you can select Raid and then Karasan to see the players who have listed themselves for that activity. The zone, level and detailed party member information are included in there for you as well. From there, the group leader can click on a player's name to invite them to the group or send a message. So basically it's an in-game LFG system without any sort of automation, so you can't just queue up and automatically enter the dungeon. There's still a manual selection process, and to be honest, I think the LFG bulletin board add-on still does this better. But if you don't want to use the add-on, then here we go. So that is basically it, guys. That is what is coming in Phase 2 and the patch notes for the Phase 2, or Overlords of Outland patch 2.5.2, and we're getting access to some of these things. Actually, some of them are in the game right now. They came out today or yesterday, depending on which region you're playing in. And they are basically spreading out the content, which I really like. We're basically getting a pre-patch for Phase 2, giving us more content before the phase actually comes out. So let me know in the comments what you feel about this, like the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe for more TBC content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.